Hey everybody, thanks for checking out another quick video. Today we're talking about this. It's the ZeroLemon external battery pack for the Galaxy S7 Edge. Of course, ZeroLemon, if you know anything about them, they make these same style of battery pack for a lot of phones. Almost most major phones, you're going to be able to find a ZeroLemon for it. And I found they're pretty much sort of top of the pack when it comes to external batteries, external power sources, whether you're looking for just a USB battery or something like this that actually attaches to your phone. So what this is the battery itself, which is this unit here, and then you have a protective case that comes with it that your phone and the battery go into. You also have this little plug that this is what basically bridges the power from the battery into the phone. Nice note, by the way, is that they give you two of these because you're pretty sure to lose one of them. So they kind of planned ahead, so that way you already have one ready to go. So first, let me just show you real quick how it all goes together. So like I said, this is the battery pack itself, this is the back of it, and then this is the side that the phone rests on. What's also really nice, I don't know if you can see here, they've actually labeled everything. So you have an output, this is your input micro USB input to charge the battery, and it also has pass-through charging, so it charges your phone at the same time. And on the bottom is the output. So what we're going to do, and even actually this little adapter is labeled, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to read this. One side says phone, the other side says power. So what we're going to do is just slide the little adapter on. Once it's on there, you just slide and it connects onto your micro USB port on your phone. So now it's all kind of together, and basically you can see it's just basically your phone is resting on top of it, just like so. And just to make sure you're noting that there is not wireless charging from that, you are plugged in through the micro USB. So once that's all together, just slide it into the bottom of the case so the power port goes in there. Then you get the corners up, over, in, and that's it. You're all in. Now, the first thing to note, if you haven't noticed already, is that this is big. This is really big. So a lot of people are complaining about that, saying that it's too big, but I don't really think that that's a complaint, because you should kind of know that going into it, because you can see how big it is and it serves a purpose. So if you don't need it this big, you can take it off. If you do need extra power, if you're traveling, anything like that, you put it on. So the size issue, if that's an issue for you, then don't get it. But if you get it and then complain about the size, I'm not really quite sure why you're doing that. So taking a quick look around, you'll see once it's in the kind of rubberized plastic case here, this is a really nice feature. You have a flap, and underneath is a full-size USB port. So what that means is that not only is this 8,500 milliamp battery charging the S7 Edge that's in it, you can run a USB and charge a whole separate device at the same time, which is great. So that's a very useful feature. We're going to check that out in a second. On the back side here, you have the power button. If you press it once, it shows you your battery indicator gauge. So there we have 4. And then if you just hold it on, then it's going to turn it on. So here we'll see right now I'm at 89%. I hold down the bottom, the power button on the back, and then you'll see it comes to life, and it's charging. There we go. So that's basically it. It shows us charging, and you're ready to go. And then on the back, it'll still show you how much battery life you have. Hold it down again, and it turns it off. And now it's no longer charging. So that's just kind of a nice way that you can turn it on and off. Like I said, over here, you've got micro USB. So when you plug in the micro USB, it's charging both the phone and the battery itself. Now, a couple things to note is that this does not utilize any kind of rapid charging. So when you plug in micro USB, the external battery itself is not rapid charging. It is not rapid charging your phone. There's no rapid charging at all. Nothing is done rapidly here. So what that means is that your phone will charge at a regular rate. That's not a problem because the battery is staying with your phone. So you don't need to rapidly charge it. You would rapidly charge if you're plugged into a wall and then you gotta go. So you want to quickly charge so you can unplug it. But here you're not. The one downside that it doesn't have rapid charging for the actual ZeroLemon battery itself, that's kind of a downside because the battery is so big, it's gonna take a while to charge. Just basically plan on you're just gonna throw it on overnight to fully charge the external battery up. Now, once it is charged up, you're gonna be able to get a lot of use out of it. So I kind of want to do sort of what I call real world testing. So we were traveling, we were going to be away for the weekend. So I took this with me, I threw it on, and I did not plug my phone in for a while. And I was using, GPS navigation, screen on time, a lot of screen on time, traveling, looking at Yelp, taking pictures, doing everything that I would normally do while I'm traveling. Had this case on, and I think I got about a day and a half of use before both the phone and the battery were dead. And that's with heavy use. I mean, if you were more conservative, you could probably get, a couple days out of it. And again, when you are traveling, like I said, it's really nice to have this this external port. Let's give that a test here too. So I'm actually just going to grab another USB, plug that in here. So now we've got that. And then I'm going to grab a Nexus. So we have a USB-C on this one. Plug that in. And then switch this on. Power it on. Now it's charging. We can see here we've got charging. Here we've got charging. So just like that, we're charging two devices with one battery. Really handy. So there were times when we were out and about, and if my wife's phone was dying, I could just plug this in. If it wasn't, I'm fine charging my own, whatever you want to do. So having that flexibility of having an external port is really helpful. Another feature that I found that I was actually using more often than not is just the fact that you can actually, when you take it out of the case, you have that white battery, and that's just almost an external USB battery on its own, just like you would have any USB external battery. So even if, let's say, I didn't take my S7 Edge, let's say I was taking my Nexus phone with me, I would still take this with me without the case, without the adapter, just the battery power brick, take that with me and charge up my other devices with it. So you have a lot of flexibility with this. That's what's really nice. Some cases that have the battery just built into it, that don't have a separate battery, you don't have any flexibility. It's just built to take that one phone. I know a lot of iPhone cases are like that, a lot of different Android cases are like that. It's just built for one device. If you're not charging that one device, there's nothing else you can do with it. But this one, I can very easily just pop the phone out when I'm not using it. Here I can just slide it out like so. So now I don't have the phone in there. And then I can still even just take the battery out, take the adapter off, like so, put that aside, and then now I have a perfectly good external battery that I'm just gonna take anywhere. Super handy, just super clean, ready to go. I still got my battery indicator, it's on the battery itself. I've got my output, I've got my input, that's it, I'm ready to go. So overall, I mean, if you're looking for a battery solution for your S7 Edge, and you want flexibility, you want a lot of power, I mean 8,500 milliamps, that's a lot of power. You're going to be good to go. I think ZeroLemon is pretty much the best battery case you're going to be able to find for the S7 Edge, just because of the flexibility, the ability to charge another device, the ability to take the battery out and take it with you. Like I said, just note, it is very large. It's heavy. I mean, I was trying to think of a comparison weight-wise to give you an idea. With everything loaded up together, weight-wise, I would say it was about the size of like a large hard drive, if that's kind of a comparison, if you kind of know what that weighs. So just keep that in mind. I mean, if you're someone that wears skinny jeans, you shouldn't be wearing skinny jeans, but if you are, this won't fit in your pants pocket. If it does fit in your pants pocket, wear a belt, because it will pull your pants right down, and no one likes that. No one wants to see that. No one gets a free show. Just pull the pants up, for God's sake. Just make sure that you know you're getting a large battery. I mean, I remember when we were out, we were traveling on 2 or 3 separate occasions. We were at restaurants. I had this resting on the table, and waiters would just stop and come back and ask, hey, what kind of case is that? Because it's huge. I have the same phone, and I don't even know what kind of case you have, because that thing is monstrously large. So just note the size. As long as you're okay with that, it's not necessarily going to be an everyday case, an everyday use case, but for what it is and for the function that it does, it's pretty excellent, and I think you really can't go wrong with it. So there it is. I'm going to have a link in the description on where you can get this on Amazon to get the best price on it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for checking it out, and we'll catch you on the next one.